doesn't want any more. He wants to be baby. Hello. We are back on my floor again. Seems to be my place, which makes sense. Usually when I feel any sort of overwhelming feelings, or just a lot of feelings, I end up on my floor. So, it makes sense that when we have these little chats, it's on my floor. But we're back here because these last 2 weeks have been challenging. No, they've been awful. Starting off, I had my normal period stuff, which you guys would have seen in last week's video, of just the normal sort of pains and all of that. And I ended that video saying that I have been in essentially a 2-week flare up. And that's not an exaggeration. I'm still kind of in it, not gonna lie. And a lot of that comes from the fact, I know I said I wasn't going to talk about it again, but it's kind of impossible not to talk about it. My sister is moving into college. And although I'm very excited for her, and I don't really feel any stress for her for that, she's very excited, I'm very excited. It's just the sheer amount of things that you need to get that are making it very overwhelming. That, and with this portion of my life that I seem to be into, or I'm transitioning into, there just seems to be like 7 things happening all at once every day, and I need to breathe, essentially. That's kind of just what I've been trying to do. I don't know how successful I've been. I've been listening to Stray Kids a lot, their new album, because I've been a casual K-pop fan for a while, not really getting too deep into any groups, but enjoying all the music that I've found and listened to. Then they showed up. They're like the first group that's like, I love all of their music, and they're all very funny, and I love watching them be silly. Yeah, new Stray Kids album, go listen to it. It's really good. They did a really good job. It's been on repeat in my brain. This portion of my life, I feel like it's very like in a transitional point. College is over. We're headed into the world, and we get to start doing things and being ourselves and that sort of stuff. And it's really funny because the last time I felt like I was in this spot was high school. End of high school, going into college is that weird transition time where you're at the end of your schooling. You've gotten all your classes done, you just need to make it through, but you also need to start looking at your future and what you're going to be doing next year. I remember being in that space and being terrified because, unlike everybody else who had all the time in the world to think about it, or at least that's what it felt like to me, I genuinely didn't think that I was going to be there. Like, I think I've said this before on here, but there was a portion of time, beginning of high school, where I didn't think that I was going to be healthy enough to make it to my high school graduation, let alone anything after that. But because of that, I never planned anything after high school. Surprise, surprise, I get there, I'm starting to see doctors, and I'm starting to have a teensy bit of hope for once, and I realize I need to figure something out. All of the different ideas and scenarios that could happen really scared me because to me the future was scary. Thinking about anything that wasn't right here and now terrified me. It still is scary to me to think too far in the future. I can think like a year or two in the future and be okay. Anything beyond that, it's like heebie jeebies. Just like that self doubt voice in your head that's just sort of there. It's like, oh, I want to achieve this. It's like,
Will you? Like, really?
that voice is very mean. We don't like that voice, but it's there. So, yeah, when I was at that point, I sort of just put my head down and did what was sort of expected of me, which was to follow my friends to college because that's what they were doing. So it was sort of expected that I was to follow. Of course, these are the friends that I did not like and were very mean to me. I didn't want to be around them. It also felt very like suffocating in a way where yes, it was nice to have this set path, be like, okay, this is just what I chose and that's just what I'm going to do, and I could just kind of focus on that. But it was suffocating because it wasn't really what I think I wanted at the time. What I wanted was to be alone, which is what I ended up getting. And the thing is, I had a really hard time accepting that when I was that young because you're supposed to want to go out and make friends and have this wonderful college experience where you're out meeting people and doing things and blah, blah, blah. I didn't want to do any of it. I wanted to be in my house. I wanted to be alone. I wanted to figure out my health and I wanted to go to college. That's what I wanted. When COVID hit and everybody had to be online, I really embraced it. I actually really liked the idea of being home. Of course, being home, I'm not really alone. My mom's here, my sister's here, but I get alone time. I don't have to feel the pressure to go out and do things when I wasn't ready or I just didn't want to. So that was really nice. But the longer I stayed home, the more I just realized being an online student was the right call for me. It's actually really weird now, looking back. I kind of wish that I had gone to the Augusta campus of my school, not the Portland one. Because although I liked the idea of going to Portland and being in a bigger city, had I gone to Augusta, that's less than an hour from my house. Like, I could have gone to in person classes and had like that hybrid type of situation and gotten the exact same degree. But that's not how it worked out. And now I have my diploma. You can see it's up. You can see the bottom of it. It's right there. This is my degree. We are now back in that place. I had college to kind of push me through that transition into the goal of graduating college, and now we have achieved it. Go us. And now we're back in the in between of what now? I'm not scared of it. I'm excited. The only way I can describe it is the pent up nervous energy you get before you go on stage. Not something everybody's going to relate to, but it's when you have worked really hard to get to the point that you're at and you're about to Megan, I'm telling a story. But yeah, you've worked really hard. You're at the point now where you are about to share it with other people. Other people are going to see it. Other people are going to talk about it, comment on it. Although that's really scary because it's like, what if they don't like it? What if they find it bad? Whatever it is you think. But then there's also the what if they like it? What if they love this as much as I do? You have the choice right before you either can share it and show the world this thing, or you can hide it and keep it to yourself and always wonder what other people would have thought about it. My watch wants me to move, but I'm a bit busy. So yeah, there's that pent up nervous energy of what now? There's a few different ways that things could go. For me, I think the path forward for me right now is to really prioritize my health, seeing doctors, seeing specialists, getting tests, and getting diagnosed so that in the future I have plans and treatments and whatever it is that I get that I can do. And I have the solid say of this is what I have. Like, I can now say I have gastroparesis because I have that diagnosed. I have ways that I can adjust my life to accommodate that, and it's been amazing. But I need more of it. I'm not fully at a point where I can rely on my ability to function, and I want to do that. Because relying on it doesn't mean that it's always going to be there. Relying on it just means that you can predict it. At least that's what it means to me. Like, I want to be able to predict, like, oh, we're going to do this, so I'm going to need this many days to rest, and whatever in between I get from that. Just having that predictability back would be really good for me. That's really going to be the priority right now moving forward. I don't know how long that's going to take. You'll be here when it happens, though. While we wait for that, I'll be making YouTube videos and posting myself online. I kind of made the mental decision when we get there is when I will really sit down and decide moving forward what's going to happen. And it really depends on where I am in life when that happens. If this is doing really well and I can support myself doing this, then we'll keep going. If it's not, and it would be best to walk away, then that's what I'll do. For right now, this is what I'm doing. I love doing it. So I'm not going anywhere anytime soon. Hope none of you are either. but I also love writing and writing stories, and I've always had the dream of writing a book, so I'll be doing that as well. Maybe we'll explore other options. What do you think? No other options don't mean more puppies. I promise. You're the only puppy. He has feelings. We got 2 new cats, and now he's worried about other animals coming in the house. He doesn't want any more. He wants to be baby. But you're not baby. You're 2 kittens. They're technically baby. Even though I call you baby still. So between that pent up nervous energy, the stress of trying to get Audrey ready for college, and my K-pop brain rot that has popped in for some reason, there's just been a lot going on that has caused my flare up, because it was period stuff, then GI problem, then a GI flare, then joint flare, and now I'm kind of still in the joint flare, but things have started to calm down a little. It has been a painful couple of weeks. And I'll just say that. So it's really funny because the last few months I've been doing really well. Like minimal flares. If I did have a flare, it was pretty manageable and I could get back to it in like a day or two. But this is like the first big one I've had in a while. And it's funny because those last few months I've been like, it's gonna happen. It's just gonna appear one day. I'm not gonna be prepared for it. And guess what? It appeared, and I was not prepared for it. It's also funny. I'm trying to share more of the negatives of being chronically ill, because I'm a pretty positive person, purely out of spite. It makes people laugh, but it's true. I've been through a lot for 23, and it could have made me a very mean, pessimistic person, but I choose to be a kind, positive, warm person as often as I can. Truly, I am kind out of spite. Be grateful. What was I talking about? I seriously lost my train of thought. What the hell was I talking about? Do you know? Of course you don't. You're a baby. Oh. But I've been trying to share more negative things. But I recognize that I can be a very positive person, and so my instinct is to only show the happy, positive things and put hope out into the world. And although that is going to be a large portion of my content, because again, that's just who I am, I think making sure that I balance it with the negatives and the bad days is good for me, because chronic illness burnout is no joke. And I have hit a burnout right now. Hence why you're getting another sit down video and not the original video I had planned for this week. Because I hurt. And I just needed a chiller video to just kind of talk to y'all. Because I like talking to you all. Why did I say y'all? I have no idea where that came from. I think that might be my cue to go. Thank you all so much for watching. I'm gonna lay on my floor because my back hurts, and that's the only thing that makes me not feel like my spine is trying to rip itself out of my body. So thank you all so much for watching. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. It really helps me out. I know it was a rambly sort of video, but I hope you liked it nonetheless. On screen are my social media handles if you'd like to see more day-to-day things that I get up to, and with that, I will see you next week for a brand new video. Hopefully with less pain. Crush fingers. Goodbye.